We finally got good multi-tool wrenches, and there's two of them. This one is huge, and this one is the slim pocket one. Nextool sent these over, and this isn't the first time they've tried doing a multi-tool wrench. There was this thing, Spyderco did their Spidey wrench. Good luck getting a hold of that. There's this piece of trash, which is unbranded. It's the same idea as the Spidey wrench, but this thing's garbage, sadly. But these two are very promising. They both unfold to have pliers in the handle. So we're going to test out every tool on here, see how they compare to each other and to other multi-tools. This one is a regular adjustable wrench, but this one has a ratcheting feature. Move this to the unlocked position. It moves away from that bar, allowing you to press like that. So it will slip off the bolt, but only when turning in that direction. Let's test it out. And on the bigger one, that works. Let's try the W4. Switch it into ratchet mode, and let's see. Yeah, that's cool. Both worked. I really like that ratcheting function. Let's look at the pliers here. Both of these are spring-loaded. Both tips touch. Here's the mini sailor for a size comparison. I'm not too concerned whether these grab bolts because it has these wrenches. Let's see how the cutters do with 1/16 aluminum wire. This should be super easy. Hardwire notch is too big for that, so we'll use the soft. Works. Let's try 1/8. 1/8 is too big for the hard wire cutting area, and doesn't work in the soft wire cutting area. Let's try some stranded wire for the soft wire cutters. No problem. Now for the W2. 1/16 aluminum. No problem. And 1/8 aluminum. That actually worked. This is a bit of a pinch zone. And the mini sailor just for fun. And that works too. The mini sailor is pretty great. Stranded wire. That's not ideal. And it did not cut it. That wasn't great. Let's do a very thin, way too thin. It doesn't like that either. For a comparison, let's try the mini sailor. The mini sailor actually cuts better for the electrical wire. Yeah, this one has better cutters. No wire stripper. I'll try using the hard wire cutters. Sometimes people think this is a wire stripper, but it's not, and it's not working. Who needs a wire stripper? Okay, this is weird. I thought this was a crimper, like on every other tool, but this says it's a stranded wire cutter. Weird. This one, it's a crimper, as I was expecting. So I'll try cutting with that. It actually works. So that's a wire cutter. That's weird. Can you crimp with the bottom half? It seems like you can crimp with it. This one is a crimper. That is in there. Not the best experience, but that does work. So this one can't cut electrical wire, and this one has two ways of cutting it. Let's take a look at those knives. There it is. This one has a small sheep's foot. This one has a larger sheep's foot. Quite a bit larger. We'll do the little one first. This feels way sharper, or maybe it's the geometry. That just goes through a lot easier. Let's test the sharpness, then we'll see what it is. Okay, so they're both sharp, or that sharp. So it's not the sharpness, it's the geometry. This one is just a much better knife, but this works. So this is a slip joint, and this is a liner lock. Next, we'll look at the screwdrivers. So this one is in here, and it is on a liner lock. The sheath contains extra bits and an adapter. Let's try that. This is kind of wobbly, but it does stay on. Works in like a Phillips 3 size. Also works in a smaller, like 1 size. So it's not a bad Phillips. And it does have a fair amount of reach, which is really important to me. Recessed screws are really common. Okay, the big W4. This one has a bit driver there, and the actual bits are right here. It's a single double-sided bit. Jumps into position, and you should be able to store whatever bit you want, and there is a magnet to help retain that in there. Nice. For the rest of the tools, the W2 has a file. Doesn't look super aggressive, but let's try it out. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, not recommended for metal. Not very effective. For comparison, here is the Spirit. You can see it's taken the corner off. We'll try some wood. Does work on wood. Now let's try the W4. This one's a little different, has the coarse side and a diamond side. Coarse side first. It's removing a little bit. If you have a burr or something sharp, it will sand it down. Let's try the diamond. It is removing material. If you have a tool you need to sharpen, this could work for that. Let's try the saw side, metal saw on wood. And there's a nice clean notch. I would say these are good for smoothing something out, but they're not going to remove too much material. That's it for the W2, but the W4 has a wood saw, and it is on a liner lock. The saw length is comparable to the Spirit, but it's pretty short considering how long the tool is. This is a very aggressive saw, and I'm guessing it's going to work just fine. That should do the job. Let's see the weight. 5.7 ounces. 11.2. This is the Gerber center drive. 9.9. Here's the Swiss tool at 10.2. So it's pretty heavy. I think the surge is a little more though. I think the surge is 12 ounces. I have to say, this is very comfortable. They took a lot of care in rounding everything off. And this spot, the thumb fits perfect. For how heavy it is, it's not that bad. This one of course is sleek, and I like how slim it is. This is the thickness of a pocket knife. That's pretty cool. It kind of looks like a mini sailor with a wrench on it. Both of these do come with sheaths. Now for the conclusion. I like both of these tools. I think I'm more likely to carry this one just because it's more of a standard multi-tool size. I don't encounter nuts and bolts very often, but when I do, I've found this type of needle nose combination plier only works on pretty small nuts and bolts. This is going to be a lot more effective. And you still get the traditional multi-tool pliers. That makes this competitive with something like the Power Pint. You can have a lot of tools or the essentials plus a pretty strong wrench. The W2 is $33 and the W4 is $60. Very competitive. I'll have links in the description.